Hello, welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor, helping you realize your dream of owning a home or investing in one. Today's question is, should you quit your job to do real estate? To tell you the truth, I have not quit my job at all. I do not regret not doing so either because unfortunately I ran into a lot of unexpected twists and turns that I wasn't completely prepared for. If you have never done a real estate before and or you are working with a team for the first time, I say no. If you are getting into real estate because you hate your job, I also say no. Real estate is not as passive as many think or like to say, especially during that first year, the second year, and even the third year. It can try you out worse than any job can. And one, I had to deal with lying contractors, tenants, and property managers. A few has led to lawsuits. Sometimes even the lawyers and others do not get back to you when you want them to. Also, some people, they're very absent-minded or they are so busy they don't get back to you in a timely manner. It's kind of like the people on your job. There are different work ethics. The best ones in the industry sometimes overextend themselves and they are always busy. Some of them have even started to limit their clients altogether. The other thing is, I find that when you are new to the industry or when someone is new working with you, many times, not all, you're put on the back burner to those that they have done business with repeatedly and have a proven track record of paying them on time. So those that are accomplished, who you may want to work with, will not put you first. The other thing that can happen is one of your team members can get sick. I've had an accountant that I was using for a number of years. He is in a nursing home right now. I have a replacement for him, but to be quite honest, the relationship is developing and it's not quite the same as what I had with my previous accountant. The one that I had before, we didn't just talk about tax, we talked about education, jobs, everything. My career, life in general. I don't really necessarily get that with this particular accountant. As I said, we're still getting to know each other. And as you know, getting to know people sometimes can take more than a year. So then, of course, being that I did rehabs, some of the people stole from me. So you see, a lot. I'm telling you this because a lot of people say, "Oh, real estate is so easy." It gets easier, but when you first come in, it's really not that easy. And sometimes, even after you've been in it for a long time and it does get easy, there might be a day or two when out of the blue something happens and some sort of emergency happens and you have to fix it. For example, when there was a sewage backup, that didn't happen the first 3 years of me being in the home. That happened after year 7. 7 years I was in the home, and that's when that happened. So that's another reason why I don't believe that real estate is quote unquote so easy. Next, the other thing that I wanted to bring up is this. When you are going through, let's say you're being abused on your job or you're working in a very hostile work environment, unfortunately, you can't make good decisions at that particular point because you are desperate to get out. Your mind is more consumed with how the people hurt you as opposed to what your next move should be, especially when you're get thrown into a situation where the books that you read, that you studied on real estate, never covered. You see, and then the thing about it is that when you're desperate, the sharks can smell that on you, and they will use that to take advantage of you. It's really better to get another job, even if it's part-time, so that you can eventually, after you get settled in that part-time job or in that new job, then I would say go ahead and get into real estate. And even before then, I would even recommend prayer and therapy. Definitely. Now, I understand that you have some people who are in environments like that and then they eventually get fired. In that case, you have no choice but to hustle immediately, because you need money to pay the bills. You may need money to purchase property or to actually make not a down payment, but make your monthly payments or pay your bills. So, in that sense, that's a different scenario altogether. But for those of you who are still on a job and it's a job you hate, I would say don't quit cold turkey just to be in real estate at all. And a lot of people who encourage you, because I do see a lot of that online now. A lot of people say, oh, you should quit your job, get off the plantation, this, that, and the third. No. Some of those people, let me tell you, they're faking it. They're trying to sell you a pipe dream. Don't smoke it. You follow them and you will definitely be in financial ruin. And that is even those people, even those of you who like your job, but you just don't want to be working for someone for, X amount of years. Don't listen to those people. You need to assess your time, your personality and skill. I would say do a few different real estate transactions to see which strategy actually fits you. Get a real team, one that you're comfortable with, one that actually does the work and respects you and you respect them. Just a little hint. Friends and family are not always a good fit. Even associates, they're not always a good fit to do business with. You got to test them out. Some of them can't even motivate you to the point where they move you into the right direction or introduce you to the right people. And most importantly of all, plan accordingly. You may find that it may take 3 or 4 deals for you to do successfully first before you make a profit or even break even. Well, actually, it's better, honestly, if you can get 4 successful deals where you are making a profit and not just breaking even. You also want the money that you are making to be comparable to what the money that you're making on your job, if not a little bit more, would be better than if you just break cold turkey. While you are working at your current job, take advantage of everything you see. For example, on my job, we have a benefit where we get a lot of discounts. We have discounts with insurance agencies, with vacations, with getting our taxes done, choosing our mortgages, choosing banks to get a mortgage from, all different types of areas, even going to like museums and different places around the city, not just all, real estate related or home related, just everywhere. I take advantage of those. Then there are people on my job that they have some connections or they have some knowledge. I speak to them when I can. Unfortunately, I work nights, so I can't speak to them as much. But I gather whatever information, whatever benefit, I use that. I also, because I do have health insurance through the job, I've gone in and I've gotten all my physicals. I've got my body checked out to make sure that when I do intend to leave, that my health is in order. Because I don't want to leave my job and then get so sick that it's going to cost $100,000 to get me out. I'd rather use my benefits package now to make sure everything is in order. Then I have gone to the financial planner that we have in New York for a little bit of help, which has worked out. And then, as many of you know, lastly, this is what I do and I encourage others to do, is definitely get a support group and a mentor. You can even get more than one mentor, but definitely get a support group so that if anything happens, you can call somebody and say, hello, this is what I'm going through. I need assistance. And sometimes you can just share what you're going through or what you're dealing with, and because you might not even realize that you're being railroaded, but somebody who's seasoned, who's been in the business longer, they may see that you're not being treated well, but because you don't know, because it's your first deal or so, they can see, okay, this is not right and this has to be done. So that's why those things are definitely important before you leave your job. I'm not saying don't leave it. You can. I'm definitely for it. I applaud everybody who's been able to do it. Me personally, at this point in time, I'm not able to. I know that I will be able to in the near future, like in maybe 3 or 4 years, I'll be able to get off the job. But as of right now, for me personally, that would not work out. It's working out. It is working out for others. It's just not working out for me. And I hope that what I've shared will help you on your future endeavors in real estate, for those of you who are investors. So please feel free to share this. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.